Welcome back to the Barrel Zone. 27th of March, Saturday morning. We have a 9-game NBA slate to break down, and it's a pretty interesting one. I think we have a couple of games that are kind of mispriced today. We will get right into it as usual, as we have tons of games to break down. There is no stream tomorrow, only 4 games. I'm likely tweeting out some write ups, and we will be back on Monday as usual. All right, let's get into the games. First game on the board, Detroit Pistons at the Washington Wizards. Washington laying 3.5 points at home. I make this between 3.5 and 4, and that's what we see on the board right now. Line is leaning towards 4 on Bet365. Other books are off the board for now. Bradley Beal is questionable. Obviously, a huge piece for this Wizard squad. If he's out, this will come back down towards a pick'em. I would still make the Wizards slight favorites with Beal out, but if you want to get involved with this game, I think his status is crucial, so follow the injury news. Pistons only have 5 wins on the road so far, 5-19, not the best record. They are playing their third game in 4 nights back to back. Grant played 37 minutes last night, so pretty high load for their best player. Both teams coming in losing 3 straight. Pistons grading 25th offensively, 19th defensively. Wizards also well outside of the top 20 on both sides of the ball. This is a tankathon game. I'm not going to get involved. Both teams have bottom 5 records. They are racing to the bottom. They want a lottery spot. I'm expecting the Wizards to sit Beal out more and more in these spots. I don't think flip a coin and pick a side, but I don't think you want real money on this game, not with these squads. Houston Rockets at the Minnesota Timberwolves rematch. First game was played last night. Wolves won by 6. I kind of expected Minnesota to get some money, but they were really bad up. The game closed at Minnesota -4.5, -101, so basically a 4. Now we are seeing 4.5s to 5s across soft books. I think it's fair, and the adjustment is completely okay. Again, we have two of the worst teams in the league. But overall, I think the Timberwolves are playing a bit better and a bit harder. If you look at recent stats for these two clubs, Minnesota is grading 15th offensively in the league in the last 2 weeks, which for them is a huge improvement. Overall, through the season, they grade as the 26th best offense. So they are putting up 8 more points per 100 possessions than Houston, which is obviously a huge difference. I haven't watched the game yet from last night. Just looked into the stats. I said yesterday that the rebounding edge will be huge for the Timberwolves. They grade as league average in offensive rebounding, while the Wizards are the worst team in defensive rebounding. And it kind of came through. Last night, Minnesota had a 32% offensive rebounding. That's top 15% in the league, or 85 percentile, however you prefer. Interesting stat. I said that they will be able to attack the rim as much as they want. Normally, Minnesota is putting up the 4th highest rate of shots from the paint. Last night, 46% of all their shots came from within 4 feet of the rim, which is insanely high. Minnesota's defense is terrible. On the other end, Minnesota is giving up the 3rd highest 3-point percentage, and the Rockets put up 48% of all their shots from 3-point range. So yeah, I think this will be really decided just by luck. I think we will see the same again, like Houston putting up 50% of all their shots from 3-point range. If they fall, they will win. If they don't fall, they won't win. They are the worst team in 3-point efficiency in the league, so I would kind of expect the shots to not fall. Also, House is out, and KPG was out last night. The guys who are coming in the terrible Oladipo trade, Bradley and Olenek, won't be available tonight. Trade is still pending, I think, medicals. So yeah, Houston won't get any help for this game. I'm still leaning Minnesota, the strong offensive rebounding and having Carl Anthony Towns attacking the paint. I think it's a nice thing to have. They are the better team right now, and they are rightfully favored. New York Knicks at the Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks laying 9.5 points, almost 10 on Bet365 right now. I'm leaning towards the Knicks here. I think this line is pretty far off where it should be. Knicks only have Bullock and Noel as questionables. No one is announced out, at least no one that's worth anything to the spread. On the Milwaukee end, it's a back-to-back for them, and Giannis isn't looking all right. This was told to me by a good friend of the show that I should look at Giannis's game from last night, and I went and looked first at the stats, and then I looked at the game, and yeah, something is off with him. So yeah, Josh from Pun School, shout out to him. He told me to look at the game. I think Giannis might be injured. If you watched last night's game, his leg is clearly hurting. He put up the lowest number of shot attempts in 2 months, the lowest number of rebounds in almost 2 months. He played like 27-ish minutes, which is extremely low for him. Again, he didn't play this low minutes since early February, and now they are on a back-to-back at home as 10-point favorites. I think we have a real shot at Giannis sitting this one out. So yeah, I'm taking the Knicks here. I make this 7 with Giannis in, and the line is 9.5 to 10, and I'm not sure Giannis is playing. Knicks won 2 straight. Offense is getting a bit better through the last 2 weeks. They grade as the 18th best offense in the league, which is a huge improvement for a team that was bottom 5 throughout the season, basically. Defense is grading 4th overall, second in the last 2 weeks. They have a plus 5.4 point differential. You have to note that the Knicks are slowing the game down extremely. They push the lowest, slower pace in the entire league. So yeah, this will be likely a lower scoring game. Knicks also have decent overall rebounding, and the defense is very good. 4th in points per possession, 2nd in effective field goal percentage, 9th in defensive rebounding. That combined with the slow pace, them being healthy, and Giannis may be sitting, I think this is really a must bet. Robinson and Rose back. They were out the last time these two met. So I think overall this is a great spot for the Knicks, and almost 10 points is a bit too much in my opinion. Chicago Bulls at the San Antonio Spurs. Bulls getting 2.5 points. The Spurs 2.5 point home favorites. Yeah, I'm skipping this game, but I have a huge edge on the Bulls here. I make this Bulls -1. I adjusted them up, obviously, due to the Vucevic trade. He will be available tonight, but I won't be betting this game. Multiple reasons. First, Levine's ankle is not all right. He's likely playing. He said yesterday that he will play. Officially tagged as questionable, though. And I mean, I need him at 100%. He's the best scorer on the team. He needs to be 100% if I want to back the Bulls. Again, Vucevic's first game, he might not start. He might not play high minutes. He will have zero chemistry with the team. I think it's better to just sit this game out. Also, the matchup is really good for the Spurs. Spurs are putting up the 4th most mid-range shots in the league, and Bulls allowing the 2nd highest field goal percentage. On the other end, Bulls are getting to the rim at the 9th highest rate in the league, and the Spurs are allowing the 4th lowest field goal percentage. and these two met not too long ago, and everything what the year long stats are telling us came through in that game, and the Spurs won outright. Obviously, the rebounding mismatch is huge. Bulls are third in defensive rebounding, and the Spurs aren't a good rebounding team. But the way the shot map is setting up for the Spurs, I really like the matchup for them. They also have the better free throw rate. Obviously, chemistry is great. Yeah, I don't think we will find really a lot of value here. Spurs lost four straight. They aren't really on a good streak or anything like this. But I would still expect this to move slightly towards the Bulls here, to be honest. Um, but yeah, as we don't know how much Vucevic will play, and Lavin's status is yeah problematic, then this will make me skip this game. But I'm definitely leaning towards the Bulls at 2.5. I think that's too much at worst. At worst, this should be a pick'em. Dallas Mavericks at the New Orleans Pelicans. Another game we are skipping. Both teams are on back-to-backs, and this is a terrible spot for both teams. Mavs played last night, and Lucas sat out with the back tightness. He's officially questionable here. He will move the line like 5-6 points. So obviously, we cannot really say anything on this game before knowing his status. Wendell Carter Jr. also out for the Mavs. Redick, who came in via a trade a few days ago, is injured. Porzingis played 38 minutes last night. I think that's the highest load, highest minute he played since coming back from injury. He might sit. I don't think he will, but I'm not sure that Luka will go tonight. On the other end, Pelicans played also a back-to-back game for them. They played last night. They used an 8-man rotation, like multiple guys hit 40 minutes. Ball is out for them. I don't think this is a game where you can back either side. Rick Carlisle said that he hopefully Doncic will hopefully be able to play. That's nothing to me. That's no info. I mean, huge mismatch for both offenses, both defenses rather. Pelicans grade first in offensive rebounding and fourth in free throw rate offensively. Dallas defense grades 13th and 16th. Pelicans are getting to the rim at the highest rate in the league. Dallas Mavericks allowing the seventh highest field goal percentage there, seventh highest. So yeah, overall the Pelicans will be able to do the Pelican things, and I think they will be able to score. But on the other end, Dallas is putting up the fifth most threes in the league, and the New Orleans Pelicans allow the highest field goal percentage in the entire league against threes. So yeah, both offenses are firmly top 10, borderline top 5 on their better days, and these aren't good defenses. I think this will be a shootout. Although I have to give some credit to both defenses, as they have been trending towards the right direction, especially the Mavs, who allowed the second lowest points per possession in the last 2 weeks. We will see how they can keep this up. But I mean, this is as bad as of a matchup for their defense. As you can see, they will be outsized, and I mean the Pelicans will be able to do whatever they do the best, and I think this will be a super high scoring game. Just flip a coin. I make this Mavs -1. They are -1.5. Obviously, Luka's status is key here. If you can catch a number with the Pelicans after he's announced out, if he's announced out, then obviously I would back the Pelicans on the money line or catching a point here. But yeah, no bet from me. I don't trust either team, and I think this will be like a 140 to 139 type of game. Boston Celtics at the OKC Thunder. This is a great matchup for the Celtics, although the spot is pretty bad for them. This is like fifth game in 7 nights or something similar for the Celtics. I will just confirm this in a second. Yeah, fifth in 7. Kemba Walker likely out. This is a back-to-back for the Celtics. third game in 4 nights, fifth in 7. And the OKC Thunder are at home on extra rest. This is a 4 game homestand for OKC. So I mean, everything sets up really well here for us to back the home dog here. Obviously, SGA and Beasley out are considerable losses for the home dog, but I cannot really get to this number, to be honest. Even if Fournier will play, he is questionable at this point. We don't know if the medicals will go through. I think he took medical yesterday, but it's not sure that he will travel with the team to OKC yet. But I mean, a rested OKC team at home getting 10 points against the Celtics team that has been very, very untrustworthy, especially in these bad spots with Kemba sitting. I'm leaning towards the Thunder here. But as I said, on-court matchup I think is great for the Celtics. They are fifth in offensive rebounding. OKC just grades 14th in defensive rebounding. Boston putting up the ninth most mid-range shots. OKC just 18th in defensive field goal percentage allowed. On the other end, OKC either putting up a 3 or getting to the rim. Boston is allowing the 10th lowest field goal percentage from 3-point range. That's what OKC has been doing the most lately. So yeah, overall, I mean, OKC bottom 5 offense, defense has been top 10 once in a day, but I mean, it's trending into the wrong direction, although the team is still 5-5 in the last 10, and no matter how the organization is tanking, the players are just too good, and they are somehow still winning games. So yeah, I think this is to me is just a play on the spot. 5-7 on the road against extra rest and laying 10 points by Boston. And this isn't a Boston team I'm trusting. I mean, they overall through the season, they still grade as the 22nd best defense, and through the last 2 weeks as a 23rd. So they are consistently a bottom 10 defense. This to me, a team like that cannot lay 10 points in such a bad spot as this. Memphis Grizzlies at the Utah Jazz. This is a rematch from last night. Couple of notes. I noted yesterday that I really like the Jazz here. I think they didn't cover. They just won by 3, but I would expect them to cover tonight. Still couldn't watch the game yet, but I looked at the stats, and whatever I said yesterday, I think I'm keeping to that. Memphis is still facing a terrible matchup. They are 21st in points per possession offensively, 25th in effective field goal percentage, 29th in field goal rate. Utah's defense grading second, first, and second in these stats. Memphis putting up the third most mid-range shots. Utah allowing the fourth lowest field goal percentage in the entire league against mid-range shots. Utah putting up the most threes in the league, second highest field goal percentage. Memphis's defense is grading 20th against threes. Overall, I still think that the bad perimeter defense and the not enough scorers in general will hurt Grizzlies, and the only reason that they could cover last night is that this was a bad shooting day for the Jazz. They shot Utah shot 36% from 3, which is terrible for them, and they shot 29% from mid-range. That's like, but almost bottom 10% from one of the better shooting teams in the entire league. They still won the rebounding battle. They had the better free throw rate. They still had the better effective field goal percentage on one of the worst shooting days in the entire season. They were still holding the better effective field goal percentage. I think the Jazz will cover tonight. I don't see them shooting this bad on back-to-back days, and while this Grizzlies defense is decent, it's not good enough to shouldn't be good enough to keep Utah to such bad shooting days back to back. And the spread is 10. I make this 9.5. I don't think we will see value on either side here, to be honest. Cleveland Cavaliers at the Sacramento Kings. I really like the matchup for the Kings here, but I make the game 6 and the spread is 7.5. So yeah, you won't find value fading the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland again shit the bed last night. Oh, I mean, this is a depressing team. Overall, through the season, they grade as the worst offense and the 21st defense. So, yeah, it's ugly. Kings, on the other end, since Bagley has been out, they won 3 straight. I think Halliburton really works in the starting lineup. I really hope he sticks and then wins Rookie of the Year. Kings offense grading 10th in points per possession, 9th in effective field goal percentage, 11th in offensive rebounding. Cleveland defense grading 23rd, 26th, and 24th in these stats. Kings are putting up the 10th most mid-range shots in the league, 7th in field goal percentage. Cleveland's defense grading 28th against these. Yes, Cleveland still has good offensive rebounding, and they attack the rim at a high pace, high rate. While the Kings defense is one of the worst in the league, no matter where you look at on the floor. But I mean, Cleveland on the road, third game in 4 nights back to back after such a depressing outing. I just cannot look at them here. Sexton was out last night after a questionable tag. I'm expecting him to play. The word is that he was ready. They just played super safe. Obviously, no need to risk him. Season is long over for the Cavs. I'm expecting a W and the cover from the Kings here, but as I said, they are slightly overpriced, so I won't have a ticket on this game. Philadelphia Sixers at the LA Clippers. Too many injuries here, really, to get involved. Clippers without Beverly and Ibaka still, and now Kawhi and Morris are both questionable. No back-to-backs inside. Kawhi missed the last game. We thought it was just because of that being a back-to-back set, but it looks like a real injury at this point. On the other end, Philly without Embiid, obviously, he will be missed in this matchup greatly. Overall, I make the Clippers like a 1.5 point better team on a neutral. They have the higher ceiling. If Kawhi plays, I make this Clippers minus 4.5. With Beverly and Ibaka out on the Clippers side and the Embiid out on the Philly side. That's what the current spread is. If Kawhi is out, I think this is closer to a pick'em. He usually moves the line at least like 3.5 points. I think anything between like 4.5 and the pick'em is all right for right now, as we don't know what will Kawhi's status be, but I don't expect action on the game. Philly, the stats I always look at with Philly first: offensive rebounding and free throw rate. Philly and Atlanta are my two teams that I think who if they get a good matchup in these two stats, then they will likely win the game. So Philly is 6th in offensive rebounding, 3rd in free throw rate. The Clippers defense grading 4th and 8th. So this will be a tough matchup when you look at the stats that the Philly team is usually dominating. But on the other end, I think the on-court matchup is a bit better for Philly. Both teams are in the top 6 when it comes to mid-range shot attempt rate. But the Clippers defense grades just 22nd in the league in field goal percentage allowed, while Philly is allowing the lowest field goal percentage in the league. So yeah, overall, I think this is a better matchup for Philly, and Ibaka out helps them a lot, obviously, especially as they are without Embiid right now. So yeah, my lean would be towards Philly at 4.5. Even if Kawhi is playing, if he's not playing, obviously this is a great value with the road team. But I'm not going to get involved. I like both teams, and but yeah, really the Clippers injuries are just I think way too much to find value here. Yeah. All right, summing it up, not a great card, but there are some spots to bet into. So yeah, as I said, I think New York plus 9.5 is a must bet. I would say like Yanis sees this one out like at least 30 to 40% of the time. So you have a shot at amazing value here, and I think even if he plays 9.5, is just way too many points. I show a big edge on the Bulls here. Obviously, I upgraded them with Vucevic in. We don't know how much he will play, and Lavin isn't 100%, so I'm skipping this game. But I mean, if this line gets out of hand, yeah, I might be forced to take the Bulls. But the matchup I think is really good for the Spurs. So yeah, likely staying away. OKC getting 10 at home, way too many points. Celtics likely without Kemba. On the road, back to back. OKC on a 4-game homestand, extra rest. Obviously, SGA and Besley are out, but I mean they still have some depth. It's a good defense, young team. They want to play hard. I think that's enough for me to back them here. Utah. I really like the matchup. I think they only didn't cover last night because it was just a bad shooting day for them. If we get a discount, I might be getting involved here. We rarely get a discount with the Jazz, but I mean this line has zero reason to move towards Memphis. But if it does, I will be fading it. And yeah, that's about it. I think the Kings are easily covering tonight. If you need like a money line parlay piece to anything, I think the Kings money line is a nice bet. Kings won 3 in a row. Halliburton in the starting lineup really helping. Bagley was their least efficient offensive player. He's out. I think that really hurts the team. Now they can play the style of ball that it works for them. Cleveland on the road, back to back, just off an ugly game. I don't think we will see any kind of effort from them. So yeah, this is it for today. 4 games only tomorrow. I'm not streaming. I will be back on Monday. Please like the video and subscribe if what I'm doing is helping your handicapping. And if you want to tell my plays, you can go to patreon.com/the and join the Discord channel. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and always, and I will be seeing you guys on Monday at the same time. Peace out.